Welcome to Yo-Yo Talk. I've got a lot to talk about tonight, so I'll jump right in. I have been involved with several different yo-yo activities over the last month, and I'll be sharing some of those adventures with you. Of course, we'll have our live pop quiz near the end of the show, so make sure you keep watching. And here shortly, I'll be showing you this evening's prize package. I will do a little shout out to one of my family members, John Meisenheimer VII. John just got engaged to his longtime girlfriend, Tati, this last week. So congratulations to John. Job well done. I want to start by mentioning the big 800-pound gorilla in the yo-yoing community room, and that, of course, is the 2022 National Yo-Yo Championships. Yes, they're back! It's been 2 years since we've had a national championships. Damn you, COVID-19. So it's a breath of fresh air to realize that we're getting back to more normality, and I hope everybody is going to show up for this big event. You know, that graphic that just showed, I don't think in the original movie they said they're back. I think that was the tagline for Poltergeist 2, if I don't remember. No. No, because I believe she said, no, she said in the original movie, they're here. I think that,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right,
so,
you're right.
But anyway, somebody can look that up. Nick and Nader, if he's watching, will know because he knows everything about trivia. So anyway, let me know, chime in the comment section. I will be at the 2022 National Championships. Will be held in Mesa, Arizona on June 24th to the 26th. I'll be doing a little bit of filming for Yo-Yo Talk, and I'll show you some of the highlights on the July episode of Yo-Yo Talk. So make sure if you can't make nationals to watch next month's show so we can show you all that you missed on the national championships. And on Saturday night of the national championships at 8 p.m., I will be reviving Doc Lucky's 15 Seconds of Fame. If you're not familiar with that contest, we held it at Worlds for probably over a decade at my house, and there was Tim Simcoe going off. As I recall, he was a winner one year. I don't know if that was the year he won. The rules are simple. You have to do 15 seconds of anything you want. It can be yo-yo skills or otherwise. And the person who impresses the anonymous judge the most, and this judge is somebody that does not have any knowledge of yo-yo play, which means they could be impressed by Walk the Dog for all you know. They pick the winner, and it's that simple. You can yo-yo, you can do other skills such as wiggle your ears or do weird contortions. We had one little girl remove her glass eye and have it reappear in her mouth. I remember that because I cannot get it out of my mind, and it still gives me some nightmares. I think I have PSD from that. So anyway, I hope we see you all at Nationals in Mesa, Arizona. It's coming up quick, so make sure you get registered. I will also have a vendor's table at the event. I won't be selling any product, but I will be promoting Yo-Yo Talk, and I will have a bunch of collectible yo-yos there for trade. So I encourage anyone that is going to the national championships to bring some duplicates or just yo-yos that need a good home, and we'll do some excellent trading. And speaking of trading, a couple weeks ago, Dano the Mano showed up at my house with some good stuff, and we had another little trading session. And I'll show you a clip of what went on as we were doing the trading, and hopefully it'll stimulate some of you guys to do some trading on your own. So we got Dano the Mano here, and we're going to do some more trading. So this is great stuff. Now, he brought some stuff for trade, and he's also brought some of his great new finds. And I want to talk about, because actually the new finds are a little bit more interesting to most of you than the trading stuff, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But let me show you a couple of these things here. Here is a Russell Magic Yo-Yo practice model. This is a 10 whistler. Now you're trading this to Ben McPhee, right?
Correct, yeah.
So Ben McPhee,
deal's done.
Deal's done. No chance for a trade for this baby. This would have been a very nice trade. Congratulations, Ben McPhee, on a wonderful trade with Dano the Mano. I don't know what Dano got, but I'm hoping it's a pile of yo-yos because this is a very, very cool yo-yo. Is probably really early 60s, maybe late 50s, since this is just a Russell yo-yo. This would have been after he just started doing the Russell. I do not have this yo-yo in my collection. I have the string pack, but not the yo-yo.
So Ben should watch out for that.
Yeah, so everybody watch out for another one of these for trade because I am certainly interested.
What about would you even be able to put a price on something like that?
No, I mean, these are the kind of things you have to put up for auction and just see what it goes for because you just can't, it's too hard to value those things. This is a stunt pilot. This is kind of it's half albino stunt pilot, and the other half is a black plastic. The stunt pilots were released in '99, and they didn't make very many of these albino ones. I actually I've seen pictures of the albino. This is kind of
I was only able to get
half an albino. This is kumbaya, bring everybody together. We got a black side and a white side, and everybody's in harmony. So, but anyway, a very special yo-yo. Never seen a yo-yo like this. The props on the stunt pilots were all this kind of I don't know if they were glow plastic or white plastic. Certainly, proyonium is the plastic they were presumably using. That was what was used in the albino B, which is also incredibly rare. So a fantastic find there.
On my list of grails.
Yeah, everybody's, I think. Genuine. This is the Big G Duncan, a genuine tournament yo-yo. This is the deluxe. Now this is actually a plastic yo-yo, and this is a marbleized plastic, or some people call them swirled plastics. They did this type of plastics, and you've seen them on other tournament imperial yo-yos. They mixed a bunch of different plastic colors together. It was actually cheaper to do, but it makes some great patterns. And these typically, the swirled plastics or marbleized plastics, tend to carry a higher value than just the solid colors. But this is a rare yo-yo, again, probably from the 50s, and this was pre-flambeau. So very cool. Got a nice royal champion here, master of all, king of all tricks. This is a Lucky E Jadu. This was made, I want to say, in the late 50s. It was kind of meant to be a low-cost yo-yo. The Ja stands for Jack Duncan. The D-O stands for Don Duncan. And Luck Eves would be from the Luck, Wisconsin. It's contest top. This is in really good condition. You don't see me in that good a condition, so very nice find. And then this wonderful carved yo-yo. This is a little G tournament, but man, look at that carving. I'll show you a close-up here. And it's got an unusual picture of the back view of a girl, it looks like, and it was carved out to Brenda. So beautiful carving, so a very nice carved yo-yo.
Yo-yo is also already traded, so.
Oh yes, that to John Bozung, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So good job, congratulations, John. That's a very nice piece to have in your collection. So anyway, he has brought some other yo-yos here to trade. One to go into a prize package. This is from a contest, a barefoot ski contest that he held. I actually showed bits of that on the show, I think, episode or two ago. So a nice little rare contest yo-yo. So that'll be in a prize package coming up. Actually, I'm going to try and do it on this show that you're watching this episode on. So we'll make sure that gets into whatever we give away. Now, here's one that I actually bid on. It says, compliments of Bob Hope. Thanks for the memories. That, of course, was his tagline. Not signed, so if it was signed, it would be worth a lot of money. But there's also a complimentary compliments of Dolores Hope. That was his wife. I'm sure they made these probably, looks like in the 80s. These are, looks like the Playmax Pro-Yos. And probably for some event that they were having. So he died in 2003, so it couldn't be any later than that, and I don't think they were making this style of yo-yos then. This looks more 80-ish. So anyway, kind of cool there. Those were, I did bid on this, but didn't get those. So he ended up with them. Desert Storm, Saudi Arabia. I've got some Desert Storms, but I don't have this bright red and blue color, so that's very cool.
I did get that on trade from Chuck Short.
Oh, Chuck Short. Okay, well, great. Yeah. Well, yeah, he probably had something to do actually with the promotion of those. Here's a newer Duncan. No, let's see. Wait a minute. Is this the one from Japan?
Yep.
This is just recently released. It's, what do they call that?
Yeah.
Maniacs?
Yep, Yo-Yo Maniacs. It's
Yo-Yo
Ryuya
Maniacs.
Ryuya from Japan. He's probably one of the greatest collectors in the world as well.
Then we've got the new freehand out here. This is the Duncan freehand. I don't have one, so that makes it
pre-production one.
Pre-production, so that's cool. And then and I had to trade for this. I don't know anything about this yo. You say it's from England?
Yeah, that's what I think I was able to find out about.
Zombie yo-yos Sleepwalker. So there is a tie-in with me and the zombie cause. So if you've got a zombie yo-yo out there, I'm going to have to. I'm kind of forced to trade for that. So some interesting stuff there. Not anything really old. And so Dano spent some time going through my trading pile, and he's come up with these things. And we had talked about this. He wanted, we've got a good 8-for-8 trade here. Had to pull out the 2007 World Championship Gold Yo-Yo. This is a freehand zero. That's going to be a later trade, but I know that'll make Dano come back for another trade.
It'll be mine one of these times,
He'll get that eventually.
This was strike two.
He's tried before. He tried to slide that one in, but. And then we've got some other things here. A nice, this is the Flasher Yo-Yo from Wonder Woman, early 80s. It's in the package, so that's nice. The Yobonic, if you're a Yobonic fan, there's that. And then this is a pretty cool yo-yo, I got to admit. This is the condom yo-yo from Yobonic. You don't get any more edgy than a condom yo-yo.
So maybe the blow yo.
Yeah, well, there's the blow yo too. We got a Martha Stewart. This is Dragonfly. This was when I was on the Martha Stewart show. Duncan had these made up, so that's a pretty rare yo-yo. You're not going to find, I don't even know if I have another one for trade of that. Another Yobonic yo-yo. That's kind of cool. This is the Playmax Spin Breaker Pro Spin Yo-Yo. And then I got a Premier Yo-Yo here. Those are from Mexico. And then this is a Spectre Star. He's a Spectre Star fan too, like I am. This is a Joker Yo-Yo. This is the version from England. It's a little bit different type of card and yo-yo than the American version of the Joker. So anyway, we had already kind of talked about it, and we've made another great trade. That's how it's done, folks. Y'all should be talking and trading. As you can see, Dano's out there trading with other folks, and that's what makes yo-yo collecting fun. And there you go. That's how you do trading. I want to be clear, the rumor is not true that Dano was offering sexual favors for that Gold World's yo-yo. At least I think it's not true. I do want to mention the powers to be. I think I said something about they had sold out the block of rooms that is at the event hotel there in Mesa. They're getting another block of rooms, but it's going to be a little more expensive. I think the original block was $90. Now it's up to $119, but that's still a lot better than $170, which is the rack rate, which is about what we'll be paying for a gallon of gas in 2 or 3 months. So good deal now. Go on and get your rooms so you're not. And then also they've just updated their schedule a couple of hours ago. You can go to nationalyoyocontest.com and their schedule. They are going to do an email blast out, I think tomorrow. But if you want to check out those schedule changes, or well, not really changes, but additions to what's going to be going on at Worlds, that should be up on the Worlds site right now. So now it's time to find out what priceless collectibles you will be playing for in our trivia contest, which will of course happen near the end of the show. Sean, let's show them what they will win if the Nickinator is not playing and if they are lucky enough to guess the right answers. Okay, here's our prize package for tonight. Most of these yo-yos you cannot buy. They were giveaways, so good luck in finding them elsewhere. These are from the Golden Mile. This is a race I host. It's an annual race where we actually give away real gold medals for the winners. We've had several Olympians show up for that race. The first one is from 2020. That was actually canceled, so we gave that yo-yo away in 2021. And this is the 2022 that just happened. We have about 300 swimmers racing that, so only about 300 plus of these yo-yos are in existence, and most people aren't going to give them up. Now we have a Pez yo-yo here that is not from the 50s, but later, probably from 70s or 80s. A bunch of these were sold about 10 years ago. So you'll see them pop up. They sell in the $15 range. You've got a nice contest pin here from the old Duncan Yo-Yo Championships. It was a contest. This was a little pin you got for entering a Duncan Yo-Yo contest. These are probably from the 50s, early 60s. They usually sell in the $10 to $12 range on eBay. And then you've got over here Al Gore as a yo-yo. It's a political yo-yo. That's probably 20 plus years because it's been almost that long since he's been relevant in politics. And finally, we have a barefoot water skiing. This is one of Dano's events. And again, the only way you're going to get that is by being at the contest. So that's kind of a cool ad or promotion yo-yo there. So there you have it. It's not stuff you're going to see on eBay very often. Good luck on winning those yo-yos near the end of the show at the pop quiz. Well, I had a recent yo-yo hunting adventure. Normally, it's just me bopping around different places in the U.S. looking for yo-yos, but this time I went international to London, of all places, and I thought, here is some virgin territory for yo-yo collecting, and this is what happened. A couple of weeks ago, I went on a yo-yo collecting hunt in jolly old London. That would be London, England, not London, Kentucky. Been there too. Sadly, my trip was not that successful yo-yo collecting wise, but I will admit I was not firing on all 8 cylinders during the trip because I had a renal stent in place, which was very uncomfortable, and about the only pain relief came from sleeping, so I ended up doing a lot of that. And being unconscious did interfere with aggressive yo-yo hunting. I was, though, excited to visit the British Museum because I knew their National Museum had this particular painting of an Indian princess playing a yo-yo. The painting was from around 1740 or thereabouts, making it one of the earliest paintings depicting a yo-yo. Sadly, the painting was not on display, and in place of this historically important painting, they had this old stone with a bunch of scratch marks on it featured in the main hall. Incredible. Dudes, dump the stone and display the yo-yo painting. I tried to make an appointment to see the painting. I even played the Doc Lucky Yo-Yo Talk card, but they said folks had to make an appointment 2 weeks in advance, but for me it would be 3 weeks because I was so special. So I was flat out of luck there. You would think the gift shop would at least have some souvenir yo-yos, but no. All I could find was some tops, and they quite frankly sucked. What I did see at the museum was many arrebalos, which are those little tiny flasks that held oils and perfumes, which were extremely common accoutrements during the Greek period, that early Greek period. And if you are a faithful watcher of Yo-Yo Talk, then you know why these arrebalos are important. I believe that was a discussion I had on episode 17, and it's certainly worth going back and viewing that episode on our YouTube channel, because historically we got the Greek yo-yo thing all wrong. The Greek vase from 500 BC, supposedly depicting a youth playing a yo-yo, was actually an arrebalos on a thong. Leather thongs were used to tie arrebalos to, their wrist or to hang them. And you could see why an arrebalos on a thong might look like a yo-yo when being displayed on a vase. So eribalos were extremely common in ancient Greece. Yo-yos, not. We have to rely on Occam's razor on this little discussion. So I was also excited to visit the largest outdoor antique market in London, also known as the largest outdoor antique market without yo-yos. To add insult to injury, there were a couple of vendors that astonishingly didn't even know what a yo-yo was. Philistines. My wife and my son Maximus and my niece Maylin did find a few yo-yos at a local flea market when I was out of commission, but as you can see from these, none of them were very collectible at all, and certainly no value collectible-wise. And I was still determined to find a yo-yo in London, so I figured Tiffany's would have their silver yo-yo. So we went over to Harrods, that big expensive department store, where I got to eat a $50 hamburger. That's what one looks like. But Tiffany's at Harrods did not have the silver yo-yo, and they did a little check to find out which store in London or in England would have that yo-yo. None. And then they checked New York, none. And then they checked worldwide, none. So if you got the latest Tiffany silver yo-yo, it's now out and it's officially a collectible. So congratulations to you. Thank God for my wife, Jackie, who got me one for Christmas a couple years ago. I did see a street juggler, and after his show, I asked him if he threw, because, you know, sometimes there's that overlap between jugglers and yo-yo throwers. And he did about 20 years ago, he said. So he was no help in helping me find yo-yos in London. He says largely he just threw Russell yo-yos because he was from Australia. On my last day in London, after my meeting with the Queen for tea and crumpets, which was suddenly and without explanation canceled at the last minute, I was getting pretty desperate to find a yo-yo. I did see this shop, the American Candy Store. I think that's what the English think of us Americans. We're just a bunch of sugarholics. And of course they're right. And lo and behold, as I entered the store, I heard angels beginning to sing. And yes, did I find a yo-yo in London? Yes, I did. So the trip was all worthwhile. Everyone asked me what the best part of London was. Well, the one thing that sticks out in my mind is all the sodas were served in cold bottles, and that is a sign of a highly sophisticated, cultured society, which begs the question, why did they not have more yo-yos? So the next time I visit London, I'm going to do it in Kentucky because I think I'm going to have a better chance of finding yo-yos there. And they also serve L81 cold in the bottles. As I mentioned before, if you are tuning in late, a reminder that the U.S. National Yo-Yo Championships are going to be held in Mesa, Arizona, June 24th through the 26th. And I would encourage everybody to attend. I noticed the committee calls the event the 2022 National Yo-Yo Contest. I have a little pet peeve, and I hate the word contest. It kind of brings up visions of a 1950s yo-yo contest where you have a bunch of 10-year-olds wearing their overalls after finishing their chores, all lined up doing sleepers and walk the dog. Championship implies a little more accomplishment, and trust me, these guys are very athletic and train for hours a day to get on that final stage. So I hope in the future somebody thinks to change the name from National Contest to National Championships. And since we are talking about contests, let me show you this little clip.
Well, this is a heck of a lot of people in my backyard, probably over 500 folks. And this is the Doc Lucky's third annual Golden Mile swimming race. It is a huge race, as you can see. And you may be saying, well, why are we watching this little clip on Yo-Yo Talk? Well, it's because of this guy here, Sean Perez, 8-time Filipino national champion with the yo-yo. Sean had agreed to come out and teach some youngins some yo-yo tricks and do a little demonstration. You can see that table full of goodies there. Everybody went away with a nice prize. And so Sean was teaching the next generation of yo-yo players here. This is how it starts. This is what we need. We need more demonstrators out there teaching the kids how to yo-yo. That's what keeps keeps the sport going. So we were happy to have Sean come out. Everybody had a great time.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Some skills. There you go. Just do what Sean does. Go ahead and do what Sean does right there. That's perfect. Just do that trick there.
And yes, there was a yo-yo in the goodie bag for every swimmer that was in the competition this year. The only way you got those was by swimming the race. A great one to be looking for your collection.
Okay, that was definitely not a championship or a competition. That was a contest. Now, here is what I would call a competition, not a contest.
Why would the Orlando Water Sports Complex be a host site of a yo-yo competition? But just speaking one name explains it all. Dano the Mano, water sports announcer extraordinaire.
Sean Perezny, heat wave a yo-yo contest. Doc Lucky's yo-yo talk, and all the players for coming out here to the Thigh High Surf and Wake Series.
The competition brought out some of Florida's best players for the 90-second freestyle competition. There was a Duncan booth, and they kindly supplied the awards. And check out the first place prize. I accidentally got some drool on it, so my apologies to the winner.
The winner gets this, and I wish I was competing. It's a $350 yo-yo.
Wait, what?
All right, go ahead.
Hard to believe, $350 yo-yo. Of course, not everyone at the event was a great yo-yo player, but Sean, Yo-Yo Talk's producer, tried to gain some favor with the yo-yo gods with this tattoo. I want to clarify, this was not a permanent tattoo. It was easily removed later with steel wool and turpentine with only slight bleeding and scarring. You may ask, how did the tattoo help his overall yo-yo skill set? Clearly not at all, but fortunately we had many folks that were skilled with the yo-yo to make up for the yo-yo god's hatred of Sean. I apologize to all the contestants because I cannot use their background music on Yo-Yo Talk, as that would trigger a copyright infringement issue when I post the episode on YouTube. I did try to find some hard driving music that was appropriate for each set, although there's no way I could select music as good as the music they chose for themselves for their routine. YouTube is pretty strict on that, and I'm hoping one day we can actually get enough subscribers on our YouTube channel to actually monetize it. We are currently at 200, only 800 more to go. If you haven't signed up for our YouTube channel, please do. Please subscribe. We can always dream that one day it will be monetized and I can pay Sean a little bit more. These guys all did a great job with their sets, performing outside with some wind and some pretty heavy humidity, and it was very hot as well. Although you can't see them, there were at least 50 spectators in the background watching the show, which is pretty good for a little small yo-yo contest. I know they ran a kind of beginners contest and some other neat things for the youngins that were not players. But I think everybody that was there will agree they had a good time and it was worthy coming out. And I really want to thank Sean Perez for Duncan, and then of course Dano the Mano for getting everything set up for this show. It's good to have good players out there in public, showing the yo-yo still out there, it still exists, and the amazing things that you can do with the yo-yo. Fun time for everybody. I'm glad to see the contests are starting to come back. Of course, the 2022 U.S. Nationals are happening in Arizona. Yo-Yo Talk right now is planning on being out there and doing a little bit of filming. And I know Dano the Mano and Sean are working hard to set up a Florida State Championship near the end of this year. So keep your eyes open for that. That is going to be a great thing, getting the state championships back after a couple of years of post-COVID with nothing going on. In this routine, you got to wait to the end. This is a pretty cool finish. I do this type of finish for my routine all the time. I think he stole it from me, but check out this neat finish from Travis.
5, 4, 1!
Exactly the same finish as mine, except I usually do a double backflip. Now, if there was a ringer in this competition, it would be this guy right here, probably best known in the yo-yo community for doing his marriage proposal on stage at the 2013 World Yo-Yo Championships. Now, if I had proposed during a World Yo-Yo competition to my wife, I don't think we would be married today. But it certainly worked out well for Noel, as not only is he married, but he has a pretty much newborn under the age of 1. So that obviously worked out very, very well for him. And I will say, it is a tough position to be in if you are going to follow this guy in his routine. But it didn't seem to faze Danny one bit. He was doing some amazing counterweight throws there. And I will say this, I didn't mention it, I think it should be a requirement for all contests, all yo-yo contests, whether it be nationals, worlds, or local, that the competitors tell everybody the name and brand of the yo-yo that they're throwing. I think that actually would do good for our sport, and it's also nice for collecting too, to know what people are actually throwing and the models that are out there that are being used. So food for thought of all of you folks out there running yo-yo contests. Let's give some love to the yo-yos being used.
Third place in the Heat Wave 90-second Duncan Yo-Yo contest is going to get a Duncan Freehand 1 AL. Give it up for David Chapman. Woo! Second place is going to get a Justin Dower edition Duncan GTR. That thing's worth close to $100. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, give it up, your second place finisher, Travis. All right.
Thank you. Let's go.
All right. This is a special limited one-of-one edition Chrome Butterfly XT. And this here is going to our yo-yo ambassador and the champion of the mini contest 1. Give it up for Danny Ucata winning our special award. Woo! Congratulations, Danny. Show that thing off. I bet Doc Lucky would trade big for that one, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
All right. And we're going to go ahead and award our first place finisher $350 yo-yo, my friends. This is a Duncan Titanium Freehand, and you know this guy's going to be smiling even bigger, well, than he always does already. Your champion, Noel Kunz. Congratulations, Noel. Guys, all together, David, Travis, and Noel, give it up for them. Give it up for Sean Perez.
I'm going to just say, Facebook cut us out for some reason. If you're still hanging with us, I appreciate that. We don't know what happened. This was a Facebook thing, not our end. They just all of a sudden cut us off. We've apparently got it straightened out now, so that is good news. I want to thank Dano for setting up that great competition. There, I know we are going to have a state yo-yo championships in Florida this year. And keep on watching future Yo-Yo Talk episodes, and we'll keep everybody updated on that. I certainly would like to see a little bit of trash talk about Sean's tattoo there in that last video. If you caught that part of it, I hope you saw that, because that was pure television gold right there. It did make it on there. So that is great. And feel free to comment to Sean what you think. And he is thinking about putting that permanently on his chest. So please advise him wisely on that. And if you are running competitions or championships anywhere in the country, except for maybe Harlan, Kentucky, I won't promote yo-yo contests there. Paint Lick, Kentucky, okay. Harlan, a definite hard no on that one. Let me know, and I will help you promote them on Yo-Yo Talk. So let me know about your contest coming up. All right, before we go to our pop quiz, I want to talk about one recent find. Initially, I thought I had found something really unique and I was excited. Sean, let me show that video of the plate there. As you can see, this item was an advertising plate from the post-Sugar Crip promotion associated with the Duncan Jr. yo-yo from the 1950s. This is a clip of the TV ad showing the same promotion, and I'll point out that the yo-yos they show in this promotion on the ad are not the yo-yos you got in the Sugar Crisp boxes. The actual yo-yos were little plastic clipped together junior yo-yos that I think all of you collectors have probably seen. There they are right there. They usually sell in the $10 range if you find them on eBay. But anyway, a really cool plate I had never seen, and I'm thinking, wow, this is amazing. And then I received the plate and I started looking at it closer. I noticed the word yo-yo didn't have the trademark on it, and the image of the kid is throwing the yo-yo and the yo-yo's cut off. Kind of a faux pas for a graphics designer. And then on the back, the inscription was in French and English, and I know this was solely an American promotion. It also read, "Not for food use. Food consumed from this vessel may be harmful." Well, in the 50s, nobody cared what you were eating off of. You could be eating out of a uranium bowl, and they would promote it as healthy radiation. So anyway, this is some sort of reproduction where they've taken a logo for this promotion, slapped it on a plate. So heads up everyone, I had no idea what this year the reproduction was made, but this was not made in the 50s during that yo-yo promotion. A little tip from Yo-Yo Talk, if this pops up again on eBay at auction, I'm sure it will in the future, you are now wiser to it. Okay, it's time for our pop quiz. For new viewers to Yo-Yo Talk, this is how the trivia contest works. The first person to answer both questions correctly in the comments section wins, but we will have to check the timeline after the show to make sure we have the correct winner. If we announce you are the winner, you are actually our Simco, which means you are our tentative winner until we check the time code at the completion of the show. We will then notify you that you are the actual winner and we'll get the goodies out to you. You must enter both of your answers correctly in the same comment to win the trivia contest. If you are a first-time winner, you will get a Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo Trivia Contest Champion t-shirt. There it is, something to live for. How about that? Okay, Sean, I think it's that time. Let's roll the pop quiz.
Doc Lucky's Pop Quiz. One shot, one champion. First to answer both questions in the Facebook comments wins. Get ready.
All right, according to the Duncan Field Manual, and I think this was made in like 1962, what color shirt must a Duncan demonstrator wear? And the second part of the question is, how many dollars did this award trophy cost Duncan? You can see the picture of that award trophy there. That is TSF-1Y, which would probably only have meaning to a total nerd that's a trivia nerd such as Nickinator. So that may have meaning to the Nickinator. But to the rest of us, you just need to guess how many dollars Duncan laid out for this particular trophy. And what was the color of shirt a Duncan demonstrator must wear at all meetings and at all official contests?
You know, we have some answers in not close, but I will also mention to the Nickinator that you might know this one too, Luck. You never talk bad about a waiter before they bring your food out to you. And Nickinator was hating on my neck beard before the yo-yo competition, or the trivia competition.
You're not insinuating that his answers might be, like, messed with or something?
Oh, I have no idea. No idea.
It's not that we're rooting against the Nickinator. It's just like he has a whole entire yo-yo collection based off of Yo-Yo Talk. So we need some people to step up and challenge the Nickinator. These questions aren't that hard. Now, we will say this, the Nickinator is getting a PhD and some high-level mathematics thing.
Yeah.
So that gives him some kind of weird advantage, I guess. But I don't know how that would give him an advantage on identifying what color a demonstrator's shirt must be, or how much that trophy
I will say
costs.
we have seen the correct answer on the shirt color.
They're
not saying it. They keep repeating the wrong color, but
okay. So at least somebody's got the correct answer on the shirt color. Now, are we getting? Has anybody come up with the correct answer on how much they spent on that?
I do see the one. Nickinator put out the one. The answer that was correct on the value amount, but I've not seen it put together yet.
Well, now you're really giving people hints there, I would say. Now the Nickinator
you would have to
knows-
see Nick's comments. He has about 100 comments so far. That's not a hint. That's
and
making
Nick
it
types
harder.
about 800 words a minute too, which isn't an advantage when you are putting in multiple answers for a trivia contest, which you're allowed to do. You can answer as many times as you want. So type quickly and do multiple different combinations. But we are still waiting for the combination to come up. The combination. The demonstrator's shirt color, according to the Duncan manual, this is required by law by the Duncan Yo-Yo Company, or you got in trouble. And then how much did they spend on this particular trophy when they bought them? And they were giving those away to folks. How much was Duncan out in buying that trophy? And we will find out here in a few moments. I thought we would have found out by now, quite frankly. And I'm a little bit disappointed in the Nickinator because I figured that he would have some calculus formula to be able to get answers on both of those. This higher math, this string theory, he can go in and figure out all this stuff.
Well, I will say, I think you might have stumped him on this one.
This is good. Yeah, this is not, you know, I'll tell you who could answer this question. That is Bob Rule, because Bob Rule sent me the Duncan Demonstrator manual. Thank you very much, Bob, for doing that, because that gave me some trivia questions that the Nickinator couldn't just go in and look up on the internet. So we're still fighting it out. Are we still? Are we halfway close here?
Like I said,
Okay,
I've seen them here and there, but
So we've seen both answers. So you guys know that. Now that's probably an advantage to the Nickinator because he's going back and looking.
Can you repeat the question? Tim Simcoe says he has just come back on the show.
Okay. So the question is, what color of shirt must the Duncan Demonstrator wear? That's from the field manual from Duncan. And there is a picture of a trophy there. I don't know is there a way to run that picture again? I guess we can't because we've already run that.
I mean, I can run the whole pop quiz question again if you'd like.
I don't think you need to do that. But anyway, it was how much in dollars that Duncan spent on that trophy that they were handing out. And this was a semi-finalist trophy, as I recall. It had the Duncan Yo-Yo on the top in brass, and then it was a little column down with a little face plate, I believe, at the bottom. No, the face plate was the whole front side, I guess, that says semi-finals.
I will say, I don't think black would be a very fitting color. Would you? What do you think?
For a Duncan Demonstrator, I'm not going to comment.
Not going to comment?
I'm not going to comment. But I will say, as a hint, since this is going on forever, black is not the color. Nor is it a rainbow colored shirt. I'll throw that out too, just in case anybody's putting that in. Would doubt it, but you just never know. It is a solid color. It is a solid color. And it is not green. It is definitely not green. It is not black. Nor is it red.
I see someone getting close, but I can't say anything.
It is not black, green, or red, or blue, or rainbow. It might even be considered a non-color. Now what could I mean by that? So it's not black, it's not blue, it's not red, it's not green, it's not a paisley shirt. It may be considered a non-color. Are we starting to get some answers in here?
I think they've caught on to the right color here.
Oh, okay. It sounds like we're on the right color. Now we're
there it is.
Okay, we got somebody got an answer. Double answer, correct answer in the comment. Who was it?
Who do you think?
Oh, come on. You're kidding me.
Nick.
Are you kidding? Come on, yo-yo people out there in the world.
Favorite
you are going to have to rise up to the occasion, or Nickinator's going to win every single contest. All right, the answer was white. I didn't see that as a big problem there. I just figured that would be the first thing everybody would think of. And $2. You got to remember, this is like 1960. Stuff was cheap, and they were giving this stuff away. Actually, $2 is, in today's money, is like 20 bucks. So actually, that's not that inexpensive. So pretty nice trophy there. But they were paying $2 a piece for those trophies. And the demonstrators were required to wear white shirts at just about every function they were at. So we have our Simcoe, which is now the Nickinator once again. He's been in that position many, many times. And we will check to make sure he did not get beat by somebody else.
Look, we see some disgruntledness. John Bozong says, "Why do I even play?"
We've got to give Nick. We need to do like a Nickinator handicap or something. Like he can only put one answer in every 15 minutes. Oh, I don't know. Well, what are you going to do when you? I mean, he is the Michael Phelps of.
It has been 3 months since he won.
It's
been 3 months since Nick won.
Has it? Well, okay. Well, I'll give him credit for that then.
So he put it out there, just saying.
Yeah, all right. That's fine. Well, it saves on postage because he stops by the house like every 6 months and picks up, a big giant box full of winnings. So, all right. Well, congratulations again, Nickinator. Before I sign off, I want to remind you all that the national championships are happening in Mesa, Arizona, June 24th through the 26th. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you all there. I'll be doing some filming. Make sure you come up and say howdy to me, and maybe we can do a little clip on you for this show. I would also remind everybody that Monday is National Yo-Yo Day, if you've checked out the shirt. I hope you all go out and do important things in the community to promote the yo-yo. I would also like to ask everybody as a favor, if you could go to Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo Talk YouTube page. That's where I archive all the old shows, and sign on as a subscriber. Even if you're just a live watcher of this show, it helps us, obviously, if we have more subscribers on YouTube. YouTube treats people better the more subscribers they have, and that helps us promote the episodes when we publish them. So. And feel free to comment on all the old episodes. I'm especially interested in questions people have about particular episodes, and I love answering those questions. Our next episode for Yo-Yo Talk will be July 7th, and I'll be showing highlights from the 2022 National Yo-Yo Championships. And again, don't forget about Monday being the National Yo-Yo Day, and get out there and promote the yo-yo. And if you do a promotion on National Yo-Yo Day, send us a clip so we can show it on Yo-Yo Talk. So this is Doc Lucky signing off and reminding you, you can never have too many yo-yos. We'll see you all again on July 7th. You have a memorable National Yo-Yo Day on Monday.